helping hand. Srimad Bhagavatam is known as Book Bhagavat, the Supreme Lord who has appeared in the form of a scripture. The saints recommend that we form a deep bond with this sacred text and carry it as our constant companion. While everything else in life may change, this book and the vision it lends us remains a constant source of inspiration, strength, and wisdom. It is enriched with spiritual insights to deal with every life situation we may face. The Srimad Bhagavatam is indeed a life companion. As we browse through the pages, we will find a relevant story, an inspiring personality, a striking situation, a philosophical exchange, or a powerful life lesson that illuminates our heart. Every word brings life back into perspective, reminding us of the greater journey we are on and filling us with clarity, hope, and inspiration. The words of the saints and sages give us the broadest vision of reality, and as we immerse ourselves in those teachings, we are elevated to the most powerful vantage point in life.
Gayatri.
Provide the Srimad Bhagavatam as a gift to your friends, family members, and co workers. There is no better gift and there is no better time to give it. The giver will go back to Godhead, and the receiver will have the means to develop love for the Krishna, the supreme goal of life. Shilpapa's letter. I want that every respectable person has a full set of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita in his home. Bhad Purnima, the auspicious full moon day in the lunar month of Bhadra, is observed on Tuesday, September 1, 2020. Okay. At the end of the sacred Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavat Puran, the sage Sut Goswami declares, if on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. He goes on to say, Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature. Just as the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyut, the supreme among deities, and Lord Shambhu or Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnavas, so Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Puran. It is most dear to the Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramhamsas. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the processes of transcendental knowledge, renunciation, and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 12.13.13 to 18. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, article from In the Srimad Bhagavatam 12.13.13 it is stated, if on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. In the Varaha Purana it is mentioned, Sri Narayan said to Brahma, O saintly Brahmana, among all of my festivals, the celebration of the appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam is the best. I am subdued by persons who with devotion and love hear, decorate and worship Srimad Bhagavatam with clothes, ornaments, flowers, incense and lamp during festivals, just as a chaste wife subdues her husband. In the Krishna Lila style, Srila Sanatana Goswami prays. I've already read this very thing. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and should therefore be worshipped with great devotion. In Srila Prabhupada's purport of this verse, he explained that one should place Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne because it is the king of all literature. On the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, the sun, which is compared to the king of literature, is present in the constellation Leo and looks as if raised up on a royal throne. According to astrology, the sun is said to be exalted in the sign of Leo. Thus one may unreservedly worship Srimad Bhagavatam, the supreme divine scripture. Bhadra Purnima is also the date on which Srila Prabhupada took sannyas. When asked, are you going to America? He replied, no. Srimad Bhagavatam is going to America. I am going with it. The Bhadra campaign in Mayapur, inspired by Jayapataka Swami, is an initiative to distribute full sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. In 2018, approximately 4,000 sets were distributed in India alone. And out of that 4,000, ISKCON Mayapur distributed approximately 2,000 of them. A request from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. I request all the temples in my zones to participate in this campaign to distribute sets of Srimad Bhagavatam for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Sets of Srimad Bhagavatam going out from all centers will bring me great joy because I know it pleases Srila Prabhupada very much. Bhadra Purnima inspirational talk by His Holiness Loknath Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the 12-syllable mantra for worshipping Lord Krishna. One should install the physical forms of the Lord, and with the chanting of the mantra, one should offer flowers and fruits and other varieties of foodstuffs exactly according to the rules and regulations prescribed by authorities. But this should be done in consideration of place, time and attendant conveniences and inconveniences. This is how Bhagavatam begins. All obeisances unto a Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when we say that, we should also remember that we are offering obeisances to Bhagavatam itself or Bhagavatam itself. Bhagavatam is not different. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This Bhagavatam Purana is as brilliant as the sun. Krishna Sudhamuktate Dharma Jnana Divisaha Kalau Nashta Dishamesha Purano Artho Adunodita. This Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. Lord was getting ready to return, but then Uddhav said, No, I will also come with you. I can't stay behind also, or without you? And then Lord said, No, 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 I will also stay behind. Then in what form I will stay? In the form of Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is itself Krishna, not different from Krishna. This Bhagavad Puran is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their meaning to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. People are becoming blind. The greed, the lust, the anger is making them blind. They are not able to see. Then what happens? Then Purano Arko Adunoditaha. Then Srimad Bhagavatam is brilliant as sun. He is Lord himself. Koti Surya Samprabha. Means Lord himself has made available in the form of Bhagavatam and is giving the vision to the whole world, providing vision to the world. And that Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada has given to us, to the whole world. We do Gita Marathon because Gita was spoken in the month of December, and we are doing this Bhagavatam distribution in the month of Bhadrapad because Srila Shukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavatam. He started recitation of Bhagavatam on Navami, and then 7th day was Bhadra Purnima, Purna Ahuti. This completion of recitation of Bhagavatam took place on Purnima. So these are the days of anniversary celebration. We celebrate the Srimad Bhagavatam recitation celebration by distributing Bhagavatam. Now, if you want to please me, distribute my books, Prabhupada said. And I have personally experienced this. I was also a book distributor. Nad Muni Traveling Sankirtan Party was my party's name. And we used to do reporting. Mahaman Prabhu was talking about reporting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates were doing reporting to Mahaprabhu. So whenever we reported, I personally report the scores of books and experience the joy, the happiness, pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. So now is the time to distribute Bhagavatam. We are not known for distributing a smaller number of books. So we always distribute more books. So we already had distributed certainly more books 2-3 years ago. Bhima Prabhu said this. Bhampe was the first temple to start. They distributed 35 sets of Bhagavatam. I want to thank I was just reminded during last days of Srila Prabhupada, he was with Giriraj Prabhu at that time. Prabhupada said how this movement will go on after I am gone. And Giriraj Prabhu responded, we'll chant Hare Krishna, we'll follow 4 regulatory principles and like that. But Prabhupada was not impressed and he kept quiet for a long pause. And then Prabhupada said, he just said 2 things, organization and intelligence. So when you put this together, Prabhupada has faith in intelligent organization or intelligently organized. So for this book distribution purpose, marathon distributing sets of Bhagavatam, we are getting organized, but if we could get more intelligent organization behind this effort of book distribution, again, Prabhupada policy is where 2 heads are better than 1 and 3 are better than 2 and like that. Then collective effort, putting everyone, giving their inputs and ideas, so keep doing this. Prabhupada of course said this, the revolution in consciousness could be brought about by Krishna consciousness and by Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So this world needs transcendental weapons more than ever before. Quote, yes. Sorry? till now? Any quote up till now? Sorry? Okay. So this world needs transcendental weapon more than ever before. So let us make this very special effort so that the message of Bhagavatam works on individual consciousness and then collective consciousness. They are devotees of Krishna, those who have read Bhagavatam, they are in Russia and they are also in Ukraine. They are offering obeisances and they are embracing each other and they are exchanging peace, love and all that. So those who have studied Bhagavatam, this is what happens to them. So we want to increase number of such personalities on this planet and that is possible by Bhagavatam and by chanting those names of God and taking prasadam. Vishata also said that you can see some videos if you want. Sorry? From the BBT? Yeah, they have a special website. This Bhadra campaign. So there are these. आपके बाकी है और कुछ और भी है.
Life is about giving. The more you give, the more you grow. But what should we give? Lots of people give things, but they don't mean anything, or they're even harmful. What is the best gift? Srimad Bhagavatam. Get involved this year in Bhadra Purnima. That is the time when one gives the Srimad Bhagavatam. The giver gets the great gift of going back home, back to Godhead. It's in September every year, and devotees all over the world join together to give the Srimad Bhagavatam to friends, relatives, strangers, everyone. Srimad Bhagavatam comes from the heart of God Himself. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the form of Srila Vyasadeva, gave this great gift to the world to help everyone overcome the complexities of life and go back home, back to God. Shukadeva Goswami says, Anarto Hasanam Sakshat, Bhakti Yoga Matoksaje, Lokasya Ajanato Vidvam, Chakre Satvata Samhita. This Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for the good of people all over the world. It will cure the disease that makes everyone suffer. Let the world be awash in the gift of Srimad Bhagavatam. Contact us at bhadracampaign.com. Get involved. Get your friends involved. Get your family involved. And let's make the world a better place by distributing Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Bhadra Purnima is coming soon. It is a wonderful opportunity to personally grow in our own Krishna consciousness and to help Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada's mission grow in this world. Shukadeva Goswami has personally given the benediction that presenting the Srimad Bhagavatam, the crest jewel of all Vedic literatures, as a gift on this day will attract most intimate blessings and grace. Let us celebrate this blessing by sincerely, enthusiastically distributing Srimad Bhagavatam.
हरे कृष्णा। पिछले साल आप सबके सहयोग से भद्र पूर्णिमा के समय हमारे भक्तों ने सारे विश्व में 7,000 भगवतम चरण पढ़े थे। शास्त्र में कहा गया है कि जो व्यक्ति भद्र पूर्णिमा के समय श्रीमद् भागवतम को पढ़ता है वो भगवान के नाम लौटने के योग्य हो जाता है। इस साल हमारे भक्तों की इच्छा है कि हम दुगना डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करें भगवतम सेट्स का। ये योजना बनाई गई है कि हम 14,000 सेट्स बांटने का प्रयास करें। तो आप सबसे निवेदन है कि आप इस मैराथन में सहयोग दीजिएगा। प्रॉपर ने कहा एक पत्र में कि श्रीमद् भागवतम के सेट हर भक्त के हर रिस्पेक्टेबल आदमी के घर में होना चाहिए। तो हमारी इच्छा है कि आप बांटें, आप सहयोग दीजिएगा, आपके मित्र और दोस्तों को जोड़ो इस मैराथन में। श्रीमद् भागवतम लोगों के घर में पहुंचेगा, लोगों को भगवान की कृपा मिलेगी और जीवन के लक्ष्य को प्राप्त कर सकेंगे। ये इस ग्रंथ में सबसे उत्तम ज्ञान है। आप सबसे विनती है आप सहयोग दीजिएगा और इस मैराथन को सफल बनाइएगा। हरे कृष्ण।
कृष्णे श्रद्धामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टादृशामेष पुराणार्को धनुर्जितः. This Bhagavad Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, is as brilliant as the sun and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, and so on. Persons who have lost their vision because of the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali will get light from this Purana. Prior to his departure from this material world, Lord Krishna empowered Sri Vyasadeva through Narada to compile the messages of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and thus both the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are like torch bearers for the blind people of this age. In other words, if men in this age of Kali want to see the real light of life, they must take to these two books only, and their aim of life will be fulfilled. Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study of the Bhagavatam, and Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life. Lord Sri Krishna personified. Our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada worked extremely hard in giving us this ultimate gift of Srimad Bhagavatam, knowing well that this is the real remedy everyone needs today in our society in order to lead a purposeful life. Srimad Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Srimad Bhagavatam is able to bestow the highest benediction of loving devotional service under the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, just by regular recitation. The Bhadra campaign is a great opportunity to give this ultimate gift to one and all and attain the transcendental destination after this very life. Every word of Srimad Bhagavatam is potent, and so this benediction we should take note of, given in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Canto 12, chapter 13, text 13. Praushto padadyam paurnamasyam hema singha samanvitam dadatiyo bhagavatam sayati paramangatim. If on the full month day of the month of Bhadra one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. The month of Bhadra is the month which comes during the rainy season in India, the month in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, appeared. So this statement of Bhagavatam says if one gives this Bhagavatam, there are certain conditions given, but it's been extended by the eager book distributors to encourage pious people to purchase sets of Bhagavatam during this month, or to get them to donate for their distribution in schools and whatever. So this Bhadra campaign is going on all over the world among the followers of Srila Prabhupada to distribute as many sets of Srimad Bhagavatam as possible and more. Go beyond the possible during this month of Bhadra. So we invite everyone to take part in this Bhadra campaign and get the blessings of Lord Krishna, go back to Godhead, and extend those blessings to everyone. Hare Krishna.
And some more.
ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತವನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರೂ ಶ್ರವಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಶ್ರವಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಕಾರರು ಉತ್ತರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತೋತ್ತರಸಂ ಆಲಯಂ ಲಯವಾದಂತರವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತವನ್ನು ಶ್ರವಣ ಮಾಡಿ. ರಾಜ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಿತ
वॉक के लिए उधर जाएंगे तो उधर जाएंगे। ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಜನರು ಭಾಗವತವನ್ನ ಅವರ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಈ ಆಧುನಿಕ ಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಪಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ.
ಭಾಗವತವನ್ನು ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ದೇವರು
ठीक है, शुक्र को कोई फोन आया था, कुछ आऊँगा घर पे टाइम 16 है.
दूसरी लैंग्वेजेस में थे वीडियो निशाद लोगों ने कुछ और सर्चेस दिए वहाँ से पढ़ रहा हूँ. Bhagavatam is the crown jewel of all revealed scriptures. Dharma Purvika Kaitavatta Paramo Nirmatsanam Satam Vedyam Vastavamatta Vastu Shivdam Tapayam Murnam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Vaparayishvara Sadhya Hidya Vruddhyate Atra Yati Vishwishwavistat completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality, distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Devam kalpataror galitam phalam shukmukharam vidrava samyatam pibat bhagavatam rasmalayam muhuraho rasika bhul bhavukaha. Expert and thoughtful men relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Purana Brahma Samhitam Uttam Shloka Charitam Chakaran Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swastiyaya Namaha. This Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God, and it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Krishna Sudhama Pugate Dharma Jnanadi Visaha Kalau Nashta Dishamesha Prana Arko Dhanoditaha. This Bhagavatam Puran is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. Next quote. The meaning of the Vedanta Sutra is present in Srimad Bhagavatam. The full purport of the Mahabharata is also there. The commentary of the Brahma Gayatri is also there and fully expanded with all Vedic knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Vyasadeva. There are 12 cantos, 335 chapters, and 18,000 verses. This is from Garuda Puran. In conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prakashanand Saraswati. Hanji? Oh, Bhagavatam? Yeah. Yeah. In the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prakashananda Saraswati, गायत्रीर अर्थ ए ग्रंथ आरंभन सत्य परम संबंध धीमहि साधन प्रयोजन. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is an explanation of the Brahma Gayatri mantra. The absolute truth, Satyam Param, indicates the relationship. And we meditate, Dhimahi, we meditate on him, indicates the execution of devotional service and the ultimate goal of life. This is from Madhya Lila. Vyasadeva collected whatever Vedic conclusions were in the 4 Vedas and 108 Upanishads and placed them in the aphorisms of the Vedanta Sutra. In the Vedanta Sutra, the purport of all Vedic knowledge is explained. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, the same purport has been explained in 18,000 verses. Therefore, it is to be concluded that Brahma Sutra is explained vividly in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Also, what is explained in the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam has the same purport as what is explained in the Upanishads. This is also from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. Srimad Bhagavatam gives the actual meaning of the Vedanta Sutra. The author of the Vedanta Sutra is Vyasadeva, and he himself has explained those aphorisms in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised Prakashananda Saraswati, study Srimad Bhagavatam very scrutinizingly. Then you will understand the actual meaning of the Brahma Sutra. Bhagavatam is the cream of the Vedas and the very form of Krishna. This is one verse from Chaitanya Bhagavat. I am skipping the verse and reading translation. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of the highest goal of life, devotional service, and divine love of Krishna. According to all the Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam is the very form of divine love. The 4 Vedas are like yogurt, but Srimad Bhagavatam is like butter. The churner of this butter is Shukdev Goswami, and the eater of this butter is Parikshit Maharaj. Krishna Tulya Bhagavat Vibhu Sarva Ashray Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Arthakay. Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, the Supreme Lord and shelter of everything. In each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and in each and every syllable, there are various meanings. Bhagavat Tulsi Gangaya Bhakta Jane Chaturdha Vigraha Krishna Eichari Sane Srimad Bhagavatam Tulsi Devi. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Tulsi Devi, the Ganges and the devotees. Wherever these 4 things are found, Krishna is always present. Whoever disregards Bhagavatam and relies on Shankaracharya's commentary is lost. Read the last one again. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of the highest goal of life, devotional service, and divine love of Krishna. According to all the Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam is the very form of divine love. The 4 Vedas are like yogurts, but Srimad Bhagavatam is like butter. The churner of this butter is Shukdev Goswami, and the eater of this butter is Parikshit Maharaj. Krishna Tulya Bhagavat Vibhu Sarva Ashray Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Arthakay. Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, the Supreme Lord and shelter of everything. In each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and in each and every syllable, there are various meanings. Bhagavat Tulsi Gangaya Bhakta Jane Chaturdha Vigraha Krishna Eichari Sane. Srimad Bhagavatam, Tulsi Devi, the Ganges and the devotees. Wherever these 4 things are found, Krishna is always present. जीवेर निस्तार लागी सूत्र कैला व्यास मायावादी भाष्य सुन ले पहले सदनाथ. Srila Vyasadeva presented the Vedanta philosophy for the deliverance of conditioned souls. But if one hears the commentary of Shankaracharya, everything is spoiled. Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature. Shinvatam Sokata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Hidayam Tasto Ivadrani Vidunoti Suhitsata. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire from material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. नष्टप्रायेषु वज्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्त्या भवति नैष्ठिकी. By regular attendance in the classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. न यद्वचश्चित्रपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रगणीत करेच तद्वायसं तीर्थमशन्तिमान् स. Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by saintly persons to be like unto a place of pilgrimage for crows. Since the all-perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasure there. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, past and etc. of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Next verse. The material miseries of the living entity, anarthopsamam sakshat bhakti yoga madokshade, lokasya janato vidvam, chakre satvat sammekam. The material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass people do not know this. Therefore, Learned Vyasadeva compiled this Vedic literature, which is in relation to the Supreme Truth. यस्यां वैश्वर्यमाणायां कृष्णे परम पुरुषे भक्ति उत्पद्यते पुंसां शोकमो भयावहः. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. I worship that Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, the origin of all the gods, the abode of mercy, whose transcendental form is black like the Kamal tree, and who has appeared in the form of a sound avatar, Srimad Bhagavatam. It is a literary incarnation of Krishna, a bridge by which lost souls can cross the ocean of repeated birth and death. According to all the revealed scriptures, the Srimad Bhagavatam is inconceivable, beyond mundane understanding. Its meaning cannot be understood either by scholarship or penance. One who is not a devotee of Krishna, no matter how great a scholar he may be, will never understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has inconceivable knowledge about the Supreme Lord. One who knows this knows the Srimad Bhagavatam. One who knows this knows that Srimad Bhagavatam gives the essence of devotion to Krishna. I know Shukdev knows the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam, whereas Vyasadeva may not know it. This Srimad Bhagavatam can only be known through bhakti, not by mundane intelligence or by reading many commentaries. Two kinds of Bhagavad, the book and the person. Bhagavad applies to two things, the book Bhagavad and the agent of Krishna's mercy, the devotee Bhagavad. One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is a pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion. Through the action of these two Bhagavatas, the Lord instills the mellows of loving devotion, transcendental loving service unto the heart of a living being. And thus the Lord in the heart of his devotee comes under the control of the devotee's love. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort, but out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature and its supplements, the Purana. Maya Mukh Jeever Nahi Sota Krishna Gan, Jeever Kripaya Kaila Krishna, Veda Purana. If you want to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, he said, you must approach a self-realized Vaishnava and hear from him. You can do this when you have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Try to study Srimad Bhagavatam from a pure Vaishnava who has realized God. Sridhar Swami studied Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of previous acharyas. Sridhar Swami is the spiritual master of the entire world because by his mercy we can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. I therefore accept him as a spiritual master. Whatever you might write due to false pride, trying to surpass Sridhar Swami would carry a contrary purport. Therefore, no one would pay attention to it. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. It is most dear to the Vaishnava because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the process of transcendental knowledge, renunciation and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated. Importance of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Vedas have so many shlokas, 10 raised to power 10. So we cannot even finish reading it in this life. When Vyasadeva finished writing the Vedas, which number go? When Vyasadeva finished writing the Vedas,
मुझे फ्रिज में रखा हुआ था पनीर छोटा छोटा इसे सुना बाहर ही रखा हुआ है।
कपड़े जमा दिए लगे यहाँ बात करो तो कपड़ा नहीं डालेंगे
place it as a gift, they will arrange a stream transporting festival. During the month of Rishikesh in the Vedic calendar, there is an especially important date. In the first tenth of Bhagavad on the full moon day of the month of and give him a gift, he will arrange a stream transporting as there is more of this debate that is there in my language, that is our complete doctor, we use the word business or harm to the when presenting to the Arthur this Bhagavad Puran is very and it has arisen just after the death of Dr. Person who has lost their religion uses the dense darkness of the mother in the separate life. He shares the daughter once said, see how beautifully human daughter says to God. Anyone who heard this from the Dharma will see, I must be this way. I must say that way. That's what we need to tell people. Tell them straight from the Dharma. I'm expected when I reach this Dharma, the way they will be as well. The Bhagavatam is the Amar Purana, called the some claim that all Vedic literatures were the same level, but they will vary. Most of the Vedic scriptures speak about certain kind of spiritual and spiritual. All we need to state are the direct scriptures, they are not religious or higher are the sections of the Vedas that deal with the Jnana or Dharma. Higher grade are the first of the devotional. Among such lecture festivals, the daily class of science and most enjoyed. Everything that is not true is taken out of completely no one is just associated with the not true. Not from the form of the highest truth, which is understood by those who Srila Bhagavatam gives us a view of the verdict of the Paramahansa. How can we get free from the darkness that is the study and situate ourselves in the atmosphere free of contamination of mental speculation of the even after compiling all the Vedas, the Vyasa was still discussed. The spiritual master, Vinara, Mayuri, इनको चाहिए वो क्या
अरे चाहिए तो फ्री होने उस टाइम
ये हो रहा है, शांति बनाए रखिए।
देंगे अभी इतना हो जाए।
आराम से रोकिए ना, टाइम लगता है। हड़बड़ी मत कीजिए, वो तो ऐसे हड़बड़ी करता है।
हाँ?
हम्म,
लिकर में लगाए ना
माला दिया था रात में।